Hello and welcome to page number 3 of Paperbound Monsters. This week's theme is creatures. Let's begin, shall we? The first story is from r/cryptidencounters. It is posted 8 days ago from reading, and the title reads, Weird Sheep. I'm not really the type of person to post stuff like this, but I can't stop thinking about what happened last night. I don't even know how to explain it without sounding crazy. It was late, around 11 p.m. I was driving along a small village road somewhere in Germany. I honestly couldn't tell you exactly where. Just a narrow road running past a forest, no lights, no other cars, just darkness and my headlights cutting through it. I had the radio on, listening to some random station, when the sound started to glitch. It made this strange, broken noise. High-pitched squeals, weird humming, and then just static. Not like the usual interference you get in the countryside. It felt wrong, almost like the static was alive somehow. Eventually, it got so loud and grating that I just turned it off. I kept driving for a while in silence, and that's when I saw it. There was a sheep standing right in the middle of the road. It looked completely normal. Same white wool, same shape, nothing strange about it, but the way it looked at me, it felt like it was staring straight into me, like it could see something inside of me. I've never felt that kind of eye contact before. I stopped the car a few meters away so I wouldn't hit it, rolled down my window and said, "Hey, get off the road!" It didn't move, just kept staring. I got out thinking maybe it was frozen or scared. I waved my arms and shouted again, "Come on, move!" Nothing. So I started walking toward it slowly, trying not to scare it. And when I got closer, it finally turned around and jumped over the fence at the side of the road onto a nearby field. I don't even know why, but I followed it. Maybe I just wanted to make sure it didn't hurt itself. When I reached the fence and looked over, my stomach dropped. The field was covered in sheep bodies, maybe 10, maybe 20 of them, all dead. Their eyes were gone, just empty sockets. The grass was dark, with crimson blood. And there, in the middle of it all, stood that sheep, the same one, perfectly still, staring at me. My body locked up. I couldn't move, couldn't speak. I was maybe 10 meters away from it. Then it started to rise. Slowly, it lifted off the ground until it was floating, maybe 3-4 meters high. I could feel the air around me change like pressure before a storm, and then it screamed. I can't explain that sound. It was like a sheep bleating mixed with a human scream and something else I can't even describe. It wasn't just loud, it hurt. My eyes felt like they were bursting. I covered my ears and stumbled backward, feeling something warm on my palms. I think it was blood. I ran. Somehow I got back to my car, though. I barely remember it. The car wouldn't start at first, and I kept turning the key again and again until it finally caught. I floored the gas and didn't look back until I did. In the rearview mirror, I saw it, still floating, still screaming, and still staring at me. I didn't stop driving until I was back home. I don't know what that thing was. It looked like a sheep, but it wasn't. I can still feel its eyes on me when I close mine. This next story also comes from r/cryptidencounters. It was posted 5 years ago as of reading, and the title reads, An Encounter with What Felt Like Darkness Incarnate. This was a few years ago, but I remember it like yesterday. A friend and I were in the woods, just taking a hike. While on our way, we noticed that the forest had gone completely silent, and there was a chill to the air that hadn't been there earlier. Now, I live in the North Georgia mountains, so a sudden change in weather isn't that strange. But this was different. Along with the silence, there was this sense that something very wrong and dangerous was near. It was such a strong feeling that we became frozen in fear and apprehension. It all came to a head when our eyes caught movement behind a rather large tree. Now, for a bit of context, the air had gotten so cold we could see our breath, and it was August. What we saw was a creature that had a deer skull for a head with antlers that extended more flat out than up, and a pitch black cloak that seemed to suck the very daylight, and it became noticeably darker. It had bone hands with sharp claws at the end that it had stretched around the tree as it leaned around to stare at us with its pitch black eyes. Those eyes felt like a void of darkness and terror. We could see its breath in the chilly air, and as it stared at us, we both had this complete belief that if we turned our backs and we ran, we would disappear forever. After what felt like hours, but was maybe a few seconds, it seemed to have gotten or done whatever it wanted and leaned back behind the tree and disappeared. The temperature returned to normal, and the sounds did too. All of the sounds of the woods slowly but surely started to return. My friend won't talk about it to anyone, and I've only told one person about what I saw that day. It was so terrifying that I won't ever forget what I saw. It will forever haunt my dreams and memories. I don't know what I saw that afternoon, but I was hoping maybe if I shared it here that someone else might have seen something similar and might have an idea as to what we saw. This next story is from r/cryptidencounters as well. It was posted 6 days ago as of reading. The title reads, "Saw a weird creature while driving at night in northern Colorado." I made this account to ask if anyone has any idea what we saw and what it might be. Me and my boyfriend were driving in northern Colorado at night and missed our exit. Google Map rerouted us to take a dirt road for almost 6 miles. We decided to go for it, and a little over halfway through, we saw something walking on the side of the road. It looked most like an elk to me, but I was driving and only got a glimpse of antlers and maybe lighter fur at the rear. It stopped and stared at us as we drove past from what I could see in my mirrors. It was hard to see with so little light. Writing it out seems pretty silly, but it had really bad vibes. I said it was an elk, and my boyfriend was very insistent that it was not. We didn't talk about it more until we got home. He said it was moving in a crawling motion, and when I pulled up a photo of an elk, he was very certain that's not what it looked like. He describes it as almost triangular, with front legs longer than the back, disproportionate. I think it could be an elk with CWD, but thought I'd ask in case it matches any cryptids/creatures. I'm not sure how much I believe in those, but I figured if nothing else, it could be fun to see what it might have been. And it really did have awful vibes. This next story is also from r/cryptidencounters, and it was posted 6 years ago as of reading. The title reads, "A Creature at Camp." This story took place at a church camp, which is sort of like a Christian summer camp, when I was 8 years old. It started at night when I was trying to sleep. It was hot, and I felt like something heavy was sitting on my chest. Not like a weight, but like a hand. I could feel each individual finger pressing down, almost like it was trying to pierce my chest with its fingertips. When I opened my eyes, I was so scared I almost burst into tears right then and there. But I felt like if I did, something even worse would happen. Not just to me, but to the other kids in the room with me as well. So instead, I just laid there in my bunk, trying not to keep it from knowing I was awake. After a few hours, it stopped and left. What I saw when I opened my eyes was a tall, skinny figure with long arms. It had black eyes with red pupils that almost glowed in the dark, large hands with slender fingers, and a mouth so wide, if it opened, it would look like a hole. When I woke up the next morning, I felt a burning sensation on my chest. When I looked, I saw red marks where the thing had touched me. Things were pretty much normal until the middle of the day when everyone would go to the main building where we would all attend church and pray. While we were in the middle of the prayer, I opened my eyes to look up at the front of the room, and I saw the figure standing in front of me. And when I saw it, it put one hand over my mouth and pushed the other hand into my chest. It didn't tear a hole in my chest. Instead, it just went inside like it wasn't there. But I could feel it, still inside my chest, its hand wrapped around my heart. Not squeezing, but feeling. A burning feeling, almost like a red-hot poker touching bare skin. I was crying the whole time, trying to pull its hand out of my chest, but I wasn't strong enough, and only stopped after the prayer was over. It just disappeared and was gone, but I could still feel the burning sensation in my chest after we were done in the church. The day continued like normal, like the thing was done doing what it needed to do. After this incident, I never went back to church camp again, and I also stopped going to church because I never wanted to see that thing ever again. And to this day, I'm happy to say that I have not seen it since. Our last story comes from r/cryptids. It was posted 49 minutes ago, as of reading. The title reads, Northeastern Alabama Creature. I'm not sure if this is allowed here, but we're located near sort of the Appalachian Mountains, and I've witnessed something weird recently. To give some perspective, I live on 467 acres in the northeastern Alabama. The place I live, we have very few neighbors, one of which is my grandparents, who have owned the land since the early 80s. We live inside of a hollow with tall mountains surrounding us on all sides, and recently someone has purchased one of the mountains and have converted it into an ATV park, which is pushing lots of wildlife down into our land, deer, coyotes, etc. On November 1st, my siblings went to ride on the Polaris Ranger. It was close to 10:30 when they began making the loop of the property. There's a bridge over a creek right at the start of the road that they followed. It's basically the beacon of being home. They rode in loops of the property from 10:30 till about 10:45 or 11. They began feeling off, just a sinking feeling of dread. The oldest of them felt it first, but didn't say anything and continued making the loop with the younger two. After making the loop a few times, again they spotted something on the ground and stopped to look. This is when the second oldest began feeling a sinking feeling as well, but didn't voice it. As the older said, "Don't stop, just keep driving. We'll look at the ground in the morning," and continued making the loop. At about 11:15, they paused again to stop and read a text from our mother. When stopped, the middle one looked out across the field and saw a large creature, almost 6 feet tall with 4 legs, but appeared to be standing up like a human across the field. He says he locked eyes with it, and then he floored it, and they began coming home, once again not voicing that they were scared. By the time they got to the bridge, the youngest had begun crying, begging to go home. There's a gate leading into the property that must have opened and closed to come and go. The oldest got out to open this gate and said she felt that if she looked up, she would not survive what she'd see. They floored it home and made it home fine, thankfully. Now for more details. We have a porch dog that typically follows them each time they go. He stayed home this night and would not follow. There are also cattle on this land. They didn't see any of the cattle, nor see any sign of life. It was just them and the smell of smoke and wind. While driving, they had been playing music, and just before this all occurred, the song Pumped Up Kicks began playing, which has whistling in it. When they were coming home, they described it as feeling as if they were prey being hunted. That the thing, whatever it was, right there with them, and if they stopped or turned around, they'd never make it home. When they came home, their pupils were all blown so wide you couldn't even see the color in their eyes anymore. Since then, we've returned to the area and nothing seems to be amiss. I say all this to ask, what could have caused this feeling? What do you think happened? Could it be a cryptid of sorts? Sincerely, an older sibling. The only one on Reddit, LOL. And that wraps up this page of Paperbound Monsters. Thank you so much for reading with me today. What were your favorite stories? Do you have any idea what these creatures or cryptids might have been? Have you ever experienced any strange beings in your lifetime? I know I have. Very similar to the sheep. I've seen a dog that's face and eyes looked too human to just be a dog. Such a shame. Man's best friend may not always be our best friend, I suppose. Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye, and happy resting.